space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my arc field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some pros for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra, core and hill, pound the pavement. Sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path. Simple, highest form, spirituality's how you teach math. A humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quarrels. Establish Big Mom's house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. Relax, host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and fast. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grist in their cash. Sad cat, watch videos without the subliminals, predictive programming, weirdo sprung menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies I fry. Nuclear chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next spot to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, ex-martial spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best sport. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass drops. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the great matriarch. Honor and respect to our ancestors. Jah, you've always had a father, the author of your flow, for show fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I've blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, little darker, little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. Latif, I'm still teaching you like Yang. My healing, reaching you despite me lock and chain. Black, yo, speaking true, you ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the sound cloud. You shine like me, the crown's proud. But unlike me, shine, you haven't turned down loud. A smoke screen which surrounds you, shrouds your style. My shout allow your genius to astound the crowd. You my beloved, you scintillate profusely. You my beloved, you resent fate foolishly. You my beloved, do ventilate truthfully. You my beloved son, in who I'm well pleased. Okay, showing your vision is resplendent, my descendant when filming your intuition extends. The lens is felt when you're Cinematographic flashes of your scripted class. Get your inner magic, dramatic action mixed with vivid aspects mastered. Surpasses the average glass, stretches the facet through the scope of life's Kodak UC classic. The question you have is mathematics, please ask it. Son, Earth's a classroom, so put your hand up. At last, boom, you already knew the answer. I pray to God to give me another chance for the love of my life, my wife, just a romancer. In the misconception, no time for second guessing. It's that say you knew who was who through a reflection that she showed you of me many years ago. Special features presentation appears to show you my beloved. You scintillate profusely, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. Do ventilate truthfully, you my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. Now Samuel, I am your fan for show that the signal is a scramble or deprogrammable. From a look up to a lion, not of my bloodline. Don't give a damn, don't love you as if you was mine. I'll be the first. Forgive me for my absence. The most I sat me down to learn patience through abstinence. Amongst other lessons, perfect my craft and talents. Balance of our legacy in the Black Hawk's talents. Face adversity, overcome all challenges. Generational wealth for the next generation to us. Can't make the same mistakes of past tenses there. Let's create an after we've cried, relaunch this type of atmosphere. Redirected fire, recalibrate the energy to propel us higher. As sovereign, opulent, autochthonous, Nijis, I look at all three of my sons. On God, I see me, you my beloved. You scintillate profuse, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. Do ventilate truthfully, you my beloved sons in whom I'm well pleased. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. On long going in for the wind, ozone, 10 toes strong, closed doors are opening, siphoning, my own tone, microphoning, my own song, on my own right and my own wrong, my own masters, I'm my own master, and dead to my own loan. I'm in my own zone, within my own home, I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone, from the hip to the thigh bone, from the lip to the microphone, I'm like a disciple stone. Yet much larger than this fleshly vessel, more like an architectural lecture with its trestle board. Polished and tougher, I embrace the struggle. Broke free from the dome, I escaped the bubble. They say trust the signs when somebody's lying. Try my patience, I'm aligned with Mother Nature, frying these agents of this dying matrix. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. Since 1970, day I was born, Robert Taylor's 92nd Axis, Buckinghamton one, first Sister Claire Muhammad School, then fellowship, Christian Academy. This before I went public, still stuck with self adamantly. Spark from the infinite, see the sun, I'm equivalent. The eminent instrument of the eminent village militant. Break it down in increments, rid the land of immigrant, misogynist and feminist. Restore the innocent, half-rich of Indians, round pegs and square holes, kindred spirits and rare souls. Discard the scarecrows, better yet, the straw man, pebbleboard rhetoric of the flow man. It was us European song and ever since squatted on our land. Slaughtered our clans, chartered our stands, auctioned us through birth certificates, social security, bartered our branches, census, on the doll's rolls, religious books, or long scrolls. Everywhere we turn, crossroads, till we learn or more, it's most mode. I'm not talking Morse code. Purge the family tree, they've infected the bloodlines of the autochthonous Niji, brought with them disease, their pale-faced Slavic Maytags, Gregorian calendar holidays, turned the rainbow to a gay flag. They made treaties with tribes they recognized federally, ineffably. They were in cahoots with the Iroquois Confederacy. It's my destiny, along with the ancient ones, to return for everything they owe. I don't mean government-sanctioned funds. I got other artistic notions in mind that's high flown, because the land's fly blown. look for me in a cyclone. Great spirit, quick in my bones. I'm a true and living soul, son of the great matriarch. My heart glistening gold. Everyone wants to walk in the sun with her, but she'll run to the one who'll dance in the rain for her until it's done. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. On long going in for the wind, ozone, 10 toes strong, closed doors are opening, siphoning, my own tone, microphone, my own song, on my own right and my own wrong. My own masters, I'm my own master, in debt to my own loan. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. Because the landslide blown, look for me in a cyclone. Microphone, my own song, my own skin, no clone. If that still be once them foreigners are long gone.
In my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. It's time for a change, got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style, too late with apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, by God, it's over. You and your time is in the end. Locked out, silent without sin. You put me on the burden with justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attached in a war zone. Revolution could start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the political simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the black blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who have it to withstand. Or an too late when the caps get pinned. Don't believe it, GC type. Born hits close to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the zone, all red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. I'm above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' hit them all, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is, and it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean, soul, Caribbean. Yeah. Yes. Bounce to this. I'm just a black man title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports.
Copyright.
Yeah. And I got so much more to say. Yeah. I want peace. It seems that war is coming. I want you feast, yet I can't seem to stomach. I want increase, but in this dream things plummet. So I summon from within. Angels and demons like Dan Brown. If you angling and scheming, stand down. Disarranged scenes been scripted, planned out, strange. We understand now how they ran the damn town. Can't only handing out books scriptural to the literal, but if you question it, they got
and about show and tell.
Democrat, Republic, conservative, liberal.
I don't want nobody to believe us. No.
Party you attend is political. It's clear. They rather have you vote the clear way. Controls the confusion, using a cavalier sway. Conspiracy theories get them for fear's sake. Most what they call history's merely hearsay.
They got their little monkeys working hard, and all I'm doing is sucking it in. All that energy, that stupidity, I can feel it. I can hear them. I'm just sucking it in. I told you they're stupid. I'll share something, not everything. I'm enjoying it. Oh, it's bothersome, but it's part of the vernacular. I don't give a damn who believes or don't.
I'm not an L-bit or day, nor bright, burn, but I burn bright. Yearn to fight the lion, done learn to write.
When I change up, it's not good.
The appetite, vibrate at my highest interference.
It means slacking, you're lagging, you fucked the whole game up, and it's not a game.
In my battle site, I'm more Anazazi than Nazarite. Most you bloggers are babblers and acolytes. Now they y'all acolyte. Society's in an uproar, our people still bickering amongst each other as if the world isn't listening. Division is the tradition. I'm using supreme mathematics, subtraction, and
sometimes you gotta do things
between Ukraine and Russia. Some are still enlisted. Just fictitious corporations, armed forces, and its mission. Not problem solving, but multiplying. Issues in a cult-like fashion. People in bulk dying instead of us unifying. You rather talk flick through an iPhone screen. Disrespectful with the comments with our own memes. Mentality, reality, you cry, moan screen personalities of a Mark 5 drone or clone beam. Wait till y'all out with this next cyclone green, the Queen Mother's throne king. I'm more enlightened now that I've dropped you. This might shock you, then again it might not. Yet I opt to. You move like how a cop do. I will think outside the box you to stop you. What's a savage to the sacred? You like average, basic. Need more than your tablet and apps to come back with this creative. Deflate the hatred. I give love. If it's not reciprocated, no love lost. Straight my natural state is, and I'm not yet in my prime, y'all. This rhyme's called Angel's Language, Devil's Dialogue. You hear the
Angel's Language, Devil's Dialogue.
It's your time to fall, my
whatever you think a devil is or an angel.
Let's not be single with no further ado. I bring to you.
That's it. How's it going, guys? I want to talk about something before we get started. Trump has this meme or this statement or this thing going around, right? That he's not after them. No, they're not after him, excuse me. They're after you. He just happens to be in the way. Well, we're in a time of show and tell, right? Things being revealed. Problem is the majority won't see nothing. They'll be pinpointed in direction, told what to do, and they'll ignorantly, happily oblige. I watched this one video of this guy who survived committing suicide. For the first time, it seemed like the Ukrainians didn't really want to murder this individual. So they actually went out there and picked him up. Pretty bad, pretty bad. I guess he did kind of go. And when he came, he didn't have no fear of whatever may transpire or happen. I don't think they wanted that to be shown. I told you I used to visit people who commit suicide. Survivors. Some of you may have seen some of them, ex-military or whatever, bound to a wheelchair for the rest of their existence, committed heinous crime and thought they could escape, but they were resuscitated, revived, whether in prison or out, asylum or wherever. But you never hear the real stories. Have any of you ever taken the time to go and sit down to visit, especially you veterans? Instead of judge, lest ye be judged, right? And actually make sure there's nobody around so that they could be openly free and not in their imagination. A lot of you live in imagination. Some people are very weak, and they show it all the time. Now, me, I really don't care about weakness or strength. I just would like to see a lot of you be stronger than where you're at. And in this course, I require things from you to assist. But you show me that they're in control and you're not. You know how estrogen and testosterone is your enemy? Because it lifts you up for a moment. You have no control over it, so you will lean on those feelings of it cascading down like a sugar rush that crash, as if something is wrong with you. The only thing wrong is you haven't accessed or attained your true strength. It's like a moratorium of some sorts. Some of you know, when I was doing comedy, for the little while I did, a few years, I would do voices, imitate voices. I was getting really good at it. Mr. Magoo, Barney Fife, Cat Williams, I was doing not too long ago and I stopped. Bernie Mac, Samuel Jackson, yeah, somebody said that, you're funny. Bill Cosby. All the characters of the Fat Albert Gang. Sinbad, the comedian. Chris Rock. Chris Tucker. A plethora of individuals. Even old Snaggletooth or Pink Panther. And the dynamic series of Heavens to Murgatroyd. Those things when you're dealing with the alien. And I was getting so good at it. And I realized I had to stop. I nearly forgot my own voice. You see how the assimilation happens? Even by your own desire of thinking, not really thumbing through the Rolodex, but fictionally thinking that you've attained some worthy knowledge. We look upon one another. We think we see each other's face. I asked y'all to do years ago a little test. Gaze into the mirror, make eye-to-eye contact with yourself and see what you see. That's why I put up the little thing with the mirrors, because I wanted to see if anybody did what me and somebody else had done about, 18 years ago. I want to see if you can explain what some of just used to misrepresent and misinterpret as phenomena. It's not a phenomenon. Phenomenon is an easy way to claim conspiracy theory to explain away something that might be factual by not giving you another poignant view that is word-based, so you can solidify a relationship to further study it, but that will give you this all-encompassing deflective mentality. You've seen that in a large scale. How do you have, this is what they say. It's like they claim with the census when the majority of us don't do it. 90% of melanated women and 60% of melanated men voted for Kamala. Well, on the women's side, because they're ignorant as fuck, maybe so. On the men, no. They lie. And because of that, you consummate a relationship with it and you become the liar yourself. When I am feeling something that most people can't feel, I don't say nothing. I deal with it. You know why? Because they need to believe. That means still have the lack of knowing and knowledge, but let it be a facility of something for them to accept. I don't expect you to accept, believe. I don't want you to know. I don't give a flying for who. That's why I really don't share a lot. I'm just attempting to get y'all to raise yourselves above their weather. Because I like when they do what they do. And I don't expect you to have a deep understanding or understand it. Stand under me and accept it. I don't. So we're going to read. But I want you to know this. They're after every one of you. How many of you had somebody pass away in the last 4 years? Got the ooh-ah. And you didn't even commune with those around you to even blaspheme them and curse them out if need be. To put it in their face and rub their face in it as if it was a stinking pile of excrement. Which they need. They need their faces rubbed in it as hard as you. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. The bear false witness is what they're doing. Y'all are very religious, aren't you? The dynamic of the censorship of it all. I stood up today and I said, I wanted to watch some of these gang members. You know, the funny thing about it is when you become this big, bad, tough guy in your own fictional consortium, you forget that there's about a million of you running around. And if not worse, I'm that guy that had the pleasant face. Ladies, man, they said. I really wasn't. I can count the women I've been with on two hands. Yeah. I like to have one woman. I've been with two, but it was not a relationship because that was they served no purpose, no real purpose. The institution that you all have applied for in ignorance, because you have. Every time you talk about work, stresses, anger, resentment, you think you feel some kind of way. You've applied for those jobs. That means to be an obedient slave. Subservient. To question but not question. And you think you have. And I say this all the time. You think you have a clue. I remember saying you better get a clue, but no, don't even bother. If you refuse to drop the fictional you that you still hold on to as if it's supposed to be passing, then you're never going to get it. If you think that you've got to hold what you've become in these last 18 or 20 some odd 30 years, and you don't know how to shake that, then you really ain't rocking and rolling. You're not rattling the box. You're not rocking and rolling with the truth of yourself. If you think that if you're going to communicate with me, that I'm not listening, and I'm getting ready to call you on your BS, antagonize, there's a reason why I do what I do. Because I want to feel the energy. I don't have to hear anything. Just because you can't suck in nobody's energy doesn't mean there's those who can't. See, that's where y'all become very lazy, slackful, and lacking. I'm not attempting to prove a goddamn thing to you. Yes, that's like cursing yourself or cursing others. I am not attempting in no way, shape, form, or order to signal jump you or boost you. Not at all, because I could care less. But I still have this thing in me that keeps telling me, or whatever, keep doing it. There's a side of me that doesn't really give a flying. And I think y'all are not taking that serious. When I say I don't care, y'all might misconstrue that with a false sense of caring. I don't think y'all really know what really matters. I know there's some people, I can hear it. We're going to do all that building, and if they can destroy it anyway, because I've talked about bunker busters, this, that, and other. I worked in ordnance, blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of other things. Some things I just won't mention because it's what purpose will it serve? I expressed to you and you didn't accept it to have a frame of mind of peace, solidarity, and to walk beside one another. You still choose to walk beside. I don't care if it's remedial as far as who you're holding on to in your fictional existence. You still want to hold on to that which is never going to allow you to ascend. You don't get it. You don't get to ascend and drag somebody. It doesn't rub off. All right? It's not like you get a shopping cart or a bag and put it in there and then take it home and unwrap it and read the warning, and you have that $14, $16 warranty for 2 years. All right? It doesn't work that way. I have to clear my head, y'all, at times. Y'all understand that, so sometimes I have to go empty. You don't know what that is, do you? You know, you can walk around with a whole lot of stuff on your mind, and you know what that really is? Pulling blanks. Then you start throwing blanks out there. No, I have to literally void everything. This is like a lot of noise. Just noise. With all the information. A little bit amount of information. And I have to allow things to come in. To push things out. Now I know you're not there. But I'm giving you some tea. You know, sometimes when I do signals with my hands, I make signs as if I'm saying something. Let me help you have a deeper understanding. Today, now, what's to come, when you see individuals doing that on the other side, they're meaningless. They're meaningless. Let me read something to you. This is out of Margaret Sanger's Woman in a New Race, Margaret Sanger. I wanted to read something in the beginning, and I was like, should I really read this right now? I think I'm going to save that when I read them together. Because I've really been scheming, I've been scanning through these, and it's just amazing the information. I will enjoy Baby Girl Slaughter picking up these books and reading them to the ladies. But like most people, most so-called black sheeps, to which you are not the black sheep actually. You're the truly, I hate the word awakened, but those with the third eye coming around. Those ignorant ass women who don't listen to her will be captivated. Okay, here we go. It's a little user. Another problem which confronted the church, he says in another place, when we're talking about the record of Western Europe, is summarized by Oscar Helmuth Werner, PhD, in his book, The Unmarried Mother in German Literature. Again, I almost skipped down. I just want you to know who he is. Which confronted the church, he says in another place, was the practice of exposure and killing of children by legal parents. That was a practice never commemorated nor practiced here. Never. A sort of final word from Dr. Werner is this: infanticide. Infanticide. Like germicide. Or, Auschwitz and all that fictional narrative of Germany. By legal parents, infanticide by legal parents has practically ceased in civilized countries. But abortion, its substitute, has not. It is its substitute. You can take anything and paint a new picture, rewrite its history, add a new proclamation, create a fictional law, and then make people subservient to it in their ignorant stupor. How desperately women desired freedom to develop herself as an individual, apart from motherhood. Apart from motherhood, your whole purpose is nurture and nature. Only idiots who perm their skulls with colors and don't even know what they're doing to their brain, running around with muzzles on their face. The very subordinates of fantasized stupidity that a perverted system has pushed because it feels good when they don't even know what a true feeling is, based on broken mammies and pappies, ostracized great grandmammies and pappies. We just skip by the grandparents because that's the first children having children. Yes, of the X generation now. I don't bite my tongue, nor do I swap spit with the ethers of lies. No victimhood here and no victimization. Anyway, desired freedom to develop herself as an individual apart from motherhood is indicated by the fact that infanticide was the most common crime of Western Europe. If you would go and look at the books of ancient, what you call ancient, it never happened with the original people of so-called Europe. You remember that name Europa comes from, an Algonquin queen. In spite of the fact that some of the most terrible punishment ever inflicted by law were meted out to those women who sought this means of escape from the burden of unwanted children. What woman would not want their children, young ones who have been raped by the Gujar, the Zionists? And they were right, because you see what has come out of it that's plagued our land and society. In spite of the fact that some of the most terrible punishments, again, ever inflicted by law were meted out to those women who sought this means of escape from the burden of unwanted children, Dr. Werner shows that in Germany, for instance, in the year 1532 lies, 1700s, it was a law that those guilty of infanticide were to be buried alive or impaled. Yes, 1700s, which was actually the 7th century, not this new fake stuff that everybody's running around with, or 8th century, excuse me, for those who get into the century crap. It was a law that those guilty of infanticide were to be buried alive or impaled in order to prevent desperation. However, they shall be drowned if it is possible to get to a stream or river, in which they shall be torn with glowing tongues beforehand. That is the persuasion of this new pill race. And they brought it to these shores, gator feeding, stealing the children away while lying. All the way up into the 1960s or 50s, I think. And then they create the DOD, and because we fought back and were whooping their behinds, they had to create more of a race fake identity, the Klan, stealing away those who would work as not a hindrance but hide under cloak of our people, stealing everything and perverting it. And even with what they're hearing, deny it because they've lied so much they don't know what the truth is no more. I just wanted to come on and speak about this because we have all these fake ass tough people walking around who've never been really choked out, who've never had the opportunity to want to tap and be refused because there's no rep. People who have never really been kicked up beside their head, punched in their throat, cracked in their sternum and have their heart stop and freeze them. Okay? Because they think all us nerdy, geeky, polite individuals, oh my, yeah, I know him, Lucifer, but whatever, right? They think it's a game. I always say be careful of what you wish for and what you ask for. Let's get into chapter 27, and that's the sum of that. Chapter 27, the dome theory and the cellular theory, the structure of the universe of worlds. Hey, Bernard, Delusions, Olmec, Fred Hinkle, Original Lone Wolf. For those who spoke up, how y'all doing, beloveds? All right. An interesting perspective that I should mention, and that I had also mentioned in previous books, is the one that compares the structure of the IDP with the cellular theory, mainly because of how they are structured and function in complex systems. This is the Republic of Saka. For those who are paying attention, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're aware it's carrying over, okay? Did y'all like those pictures I showed you yesterday? Okay, I just want to make sure. We went through 1840, 21, 53, 76, 77, 79. Okay. I just want to make sure we went through these things. Okay, we did. All right. Petersburg. The Great Tunguska. Yes, like I said, I just want to make sure. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, go back a couple of videos the other day, yesterday morning, and watch that, and you'll have a better understanding. All right. So an interesting perspective that I should mention, that I had also mentioned in previous books, is the one that compares the structure of the IDP with the cellular theory, mainly because of how they are structured and function in complex systems. Although one could find some connection in that apparently autonomous components are integrated into a larger system, it is flawed in suggesting that they would be functioning together in a coordinated manner and maintaining life and order within their respective donations or domains. I call them your donations. Anyway, pick from different places. Since it is known the exploration of its inhabitants from each dome world or cell matrix, I showed you pictures showing how it's all collected, just like you are, cellular membranes, just like what they say, cancer, which protects all the poisons. If you bust it, the poisons get out. Operation High Jump, exploding nuclear weapons, realizing that they should stop. Well, something was to happen. They realized that it is water. Okay. Since it is known the exploration of its inhabitants from each dome world or cell matrix to other surrounding and distant domes. Anyway, it is interesting to begin to study these complex structures, analyzing that they could be part of a larger, much more complex system. Who remembers when I was expressing this? We'll get into the cellular and we'll point out these pictures again. Okay? No, I'm not going to read all that. We're actually in chapter 28. I just wanted to rehash this. Remember, I was sharing something with you and I showed you this. And I'm going to show you again. I want you to see if you can. I asked y'all to Google it. But say my thumb is a micro computer, a microchip. Now, y'all know that's like small as a grain of rice. Well, recently someone was able to x-ray something, and I've stated this long ago, that there are things that are not created by you, maybe from my ancestors, that are carried over, because there are a lot of things under the ground that were never destroyed. Let's say this is that, the head of a grain of rice. Let's say that that is the head of a grain of rice. Okay? That's what I told, right? Now let's say this is it. They have found a technical workmanship smaller than that. There is no equipment, nor machine, no graphene or graphite, no anything that can make anything that small. And you still think it's man? Chapter 28, year 1729, repopulation of the continents. If we look into the official history books, we will find that this period that followed the resetting is called the Enlightenment or Age of Enlightenment. The world was in a significant intellectual and scientific transition, in that I will agree with the official books, since it was a time where the custodians began to repopulate the continents. Curiously, new theories, that's right, people, 1729. Stop believing in the 15 and 16 and 1400 BS. They're still pushing Columbus and all that other stuff, and you can't figure out that they've been lying with you Jesus and Muhammad freaks. Muhammad was illiterate. He heard from us, he was angered and enraged, and took to the sword to fight the enemy. He was befelled by his own, who sold out like all the ones you see now as if it has never happened. Anyway, the world was in a significant intellectual and scientific transition, in that I will agree with the official books. Since it was a time, and information is out there, a time where the custodians began to repopulate the continents. Curiously, new theories about the nature of the earth and the universe were beginning to take shape. All the new crap. How did the repopulation of the new humanity take place? The custodians and Anunnaki had selected to breed babies in their advanced laboratories. And their selection was exclusively based on genetics to have certain physical, intellectual, and emotional characteristics that they had previously stipulated. They also used accelerated incubation so that they would be ready to quickly introduce them to the known continents. Key areas were chosen for this, completely removed from any core regions of Great Tartary until the final cleansing. Hello, American Negro. Final cleansing. Was begun to erase most of their structures and advancement. Areas of low temperature and stable humidity climates were chosen. Automated systems were also used that were prepared to assist in the care and development process of those children beginning the new cycle plan. Their ships were used for transportation, including the underground tunnels that had previously been created by the Tartars. The Underground Railroad, the goofies. The construction of environments prepared for rapid development was carried out, equipped and everything necessary for this to be possible. Custodian agents monitored this breeding and supervised that the facilities were adequate. Why don't you go back and look at those pictures and really pay attention to some of the Photoshop, because they're about your size, these custodians and Anunnakis. Teaching programs of technology were added for learning aimed at what was previously established for this new cycle. Over time, communities were created under this legacy and adaptation. Thus, custodians agents began to monitor more and more from the shadows, as it did not require their physical presence. Because you would know exactly who they are. What was the purpose of they lived? Were Roddy Piper. First known exploration post-reset. Chapter 29. Many years later, a small group of this new humanity that was beginning again on the known continents began a strange exploration. Their real motivation is unknown. Into remote parts of Siberia. According to some stories left over from that time, it is said that they sighted a strange light coming from the surface into the bright blue skies, and that this attracted their attention enough to enter the areas of the harsh Siberian cold. After an extensive search, the 5 explorers found some caverns that branched into even more entrances to the underground part of the cave. Reaching several subterranean levels, clearly these explorers had found one of the entrances that connected to the underground city of Great Tartary. Told you, we had survived because we had been underground. Our extensive railroads, created and pushed by pneumatic air, and the ether of electricity that we once controlled at the whim of our finger and mind. With very rudimentary rope equipment, they began the descent and began to notice that the further they descended, the more heat their surroundings emitted. The caverns began to change dramatically as they descended, going from rough wooden walls to smooth walls, small rooms of gray and blue. Many insignias of unknown language were also read on their walls, along with logos that they also could not decipher. We cannot confirm the existence of surviving Tartars who were still in the underground connecting tunnels between large core regions that they themselves had forged, nor can we confirm that there was direct contact with these explorers. But the 5 explorers were completely moved by this discovery and tried to bring this knowledge to the authorities. Although the story was simply taken as a mockery and the entire exploration was discredited, it is believed that this exploration started an alternative line of other explorations and theories about the world and its past. Why do you think they wanted to tell you that there's a melting core? You can only go down some odd 17 feet and all this other, miles and all this other bull. And you idiots believe that you fall through China because of Hollywood, Warner Brothers, and Acme cartoons, right? Or burn up or some nonsense because you watched The Core with Samuel Jackson and all those monkeys. The scientific community that was beginning to group together and generate societies completely rejected that an underground city could exist, much less beings living there. However, the custodians, and they gave you Planet of the Apes, duh. Custodians did not take this well at all and began to plan the total destruction of these underground cities, in addition to investigating if any group of Tartars had survived the reset and could interfere again with their colony that was beginning this new cycle. And why do you think that it took a melanated woman to give you the Matrix? You think it was by happen chance? And where you at right now, listening to all these fake leaders. And because you don't know the law, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, you've been lied to proverbially over and over and over, you think they're your leaders. Cool. Well, it's about time for my last little meal. I know there are other ones out here better than Cashapp by 7 grams of sugar. I don't really give a damn. It's delicious. Appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. I don't know if y'all doing it or not. I ain't even checking because I really don't care right now because y'all really haven't been, only a few. And hopefully tomorrow we will be up there working, depending upon the weather, which even though it's work, I would really like to see it warm. And I will record and I will get it out to you as soon as possible. There's going to be some good eating. Yeah, Carrie Beaker, I appreciate the donation yesterday, hon. I didn't know if I got you. Thank you. Them Pell Sisters, man, and Young Cherry and them guys be donating their butt off. I already know about Baby Girl Slaw. Y'all know she's going to always come through. What's wrong with you brothers, though? Anyway, appreciate you guys. I'm not asking for $1 every damn day. That's just stupid. I'm not asking you to pay my bills. I don't need it because you couldn't afford them. Books after books, work after work. I don't know if y'all really the black sheep or if you're a contingency that moves against the order, but you're just here to learn so that you can run around and do dumb shit. Bernard, what's going on, beloved? Appreciate you guys. See you guys tomorrow morning.